So what does it take to be in the top 1% of your field and be happy? Because there's so many successful people that are just so unhappy and miserable. And I'm like, why? You have everything. Smile, for God's sake. Be appreciative.
Yeah, it's so mind-boggling. I mean, you meet them on a daily basis, and you wonder, oh no, this can be such a great job and such a great life. Why let unhappiness rule? How you're going to be. I don't know. Let me think. For me, by the way, my phone's ringing, so please forgive that vibrating in the background. For me, I guess, gosh, I'm just so happy to have ever gotten a chance to do this. Yeah. And I grew up in the theater and had the understanding that, and saw people on a daily basis with enormous talent who never made a living at what they love to do as performers, who would live in a tiny studio apartment in New York City and occasionally perform at a bar. They'd sing some show tunes and they'd have a great night, and I saw that this could well be the life for me. I saw that I was just like them. I loved this just as much, and I didn't necessarily have any more talent or any of that. And that I've been able to make a living at this since I was 18. Even when I got hired by another show within a couple of weeks. Okay.
So that wasn't a huge setback.
That was a brutal setback.
I was feeling sorry there for you for a minute.
Without a job. I will always feel so lucky to have to be able to make a living at this on any level. Yes. That brings an enjoyment to every day that I hope is contagious to others. I also, a friend of mine worked at a chicken joint in New York as he was a restaurateur and was very talented at it. Ended up running restaurants at hotels and doing very well for himself in that area. But no matter what, he had a great time at work. No matter how hard it was, he just made sure that he made friends with everybody at work and worked with people he liked. And then every day he'd show up to work and have a great time, no matter how hard his work does. And his work was so much harder than mine. I would go visit him and go, oh my God, how do you do this every day?
Yeah, I worked at a restaurant once. It's so much work. I was the manager of, I don't know if you know Gorky's Cafe and Russian Brewery.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I was the person in charge of Hollywood Underground and the musicians, hiring the bands.
Yeah.
Enormous amount of work, just that.
Yeah, the restaurant business is for a special breed of human being. I cannot. I admire people who do it. I couldn't.
Right.
But like I said, he surrounded himself with people he liked, or he found a way to like people he worked with, and so every day he looked forward to work. And I thought, wow,
going to see his friends.
Yes, yeah. I hope that I can impart that to my kids. I hope they can understand that they can, they can decide what work means to them. They can decide whether, it's more important to them to, make a lot of money, or is it more important to them to work with people they like and enjoy their work day every day? Is it important to them to do something that they feel is changing the world? Is it, they have a lot of choices. But I hope that they understand that even if they, it's hard to find a job that you love. It really is.
Absolutely. But that's interesting that you would impart that on your children, because I do the same thing with my daughter. On the way to school, when I drive her to school, I say, what's your intention for the day? Who do you want to play with? Or who find someone to say something nice to, and it has to be sincere. Notice things, see who is nice to someone, or if someone's sad, go up to them and make them laugh. And I said, tell me, every day I want you to come home and tell me what you did, Then she gets excited, Mommy, this happened and it was an opportunity to do this. And it just makes such a difference in how she spends her day.
That's a lovely idea. I'm going to tell that to my 11-year-old son and figure out how he's going to shoot me down.
Right. You got to start when they're young. Yeah, or at the end of the day, what are you grateful for? What happened that you were happy about? And sometimes it's I had a Tootsie Roll. It's like, great, that's awesome, you know?
There have been some awesome Tootsie Rolls in my life. I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's sometimes all it takes is just setting the intention and being grateful for whatever it is, because someone always has something worse going on in their life. Mm-hmm. And, you know, life, it's how you picture it, how you see it. You know, you get to create it.